can have significant effects in improving the quality of their life. So we wanted to make a mobile application with a model to help predict a usable and effective exercise based off a large set of exercises that we gathered from a physical fitness expert to patients that don't have access financially to physical therapy or medical doctors at any time, because flare-ups are unpredictable. They can't just go on a whim to get the help they might need. So the model that we used is called a fuzzy inference system, which is not a traditional model that has been talked about many times today, like logistic regression or neural network or LSTMs or anything like that. Instead, it focuses on significance rather than precision, and is an inherently linguistic model, which is important for us because we're not doing cancer recognition or anything like that. Instead, we want to be able to give this model to a physical therapist that has no computer science background. They won't know how to interpret a neural network. But they can read this model. We'll show you through the slides step by step to see why, instead of input data, gives me any one particular output. Okay? So this is why we chose this particular model. Now the first step to creating a fuzzy input system, or FIS, is to figure out what's my input data. What am I working with here? We have 8 pieces of input data. 5 of them would be discrete, 3 of them continuous. So for discrete, we have age, pain, and stress. Pain and stress being subjective from the user. And then we have 2 Boolean variables, true, false, so is exercising in precipitation, is it raining or not. And then 3 continuous, heart rate, temperature, and pressure. For heart rate, we just gathered that from a Bluetooth heart rate monitor. Could be anyone. I have a picture of the Empathic P4 up here. Highly recommend if you're interested in getting gathered. Very nice device, though a little expensive. But any Bluetooth heart rate device will work. Then we say, okay, what's the output of our system? What do we want to look at? And we decided on overall severity, which means taking in the input data, say they have high level pain, the pressure's going while walking, changing the seasons and stuff is a trigger for CRPS, more like fibromyalgia and stuff like that. And says, okay, if the patient is having a high severity situation, then we would give them a low effort exercise, something very mild that wouldn't further cause pain to the user. Though on the flip side, if it's a low severity situation and they have a lot more movement during time, then a higher, more difficult exercise can be done to help with pain. Now, typically with a fuzzy inference system, what occurs is you have a singular system, you're going to have a bunch of input data come in, and it's going to spit out a singular output. Though, when possible, and in this case we do this as well, it helps to make it in a hierarchical manner with multiple fuzzy inference systems, where we have a 2-stage system here, where we take all the input data and we're going to shove this into multiple stage 1 fuzzy inference systems. So age-related heart rate, discomfort, and weather. And then the output of these 3 systems will be used as input to our final overall severity. Okay? Which also helps with the linguistic nature of our model to track what's occurring at what step and why. Okay? Now, when we have the input data here, what happens is, say, take heart rate, for example. We're going to take that as beats per minute, and that could range anywhere from 0 to 200 technically, although, of course, the real range is between around 40.
For example, in my hand, it's 500 kilograms. Oh, no. Okay.
Does it just go from the wrist down?
Yeah, wrist down. So it should be more than 500 grams. Yeah. Okay. So we have one amount to design and then reduce to extremes. Of course, you can put many motors for each job.